Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Guys Sports Night. I am your host, Will McEwen, with my co-host, as always, Ed. What's happening, dude?
Let's go.
Dude,
what's up, Will?
Dude, it was a great weekend in sports, my guy.
Hell yeah, it was, man. It was fun.
Paddy can take a punch, but he cannot throw one, dude. That was the most disappointing thing ever to see.
Paddy Paper Hands Pimblett?
I mean, he just he didn't have the power to get the freaking knockout punch, dude, and take Gaethje to the ground. But man, he sure as hell could take a punch. Like, they were still fighting the dude at the end. There was no give, that's for sure.
Hey, man, listen, I got to give it to him. Kid's a good fighter. Listen, he's 30 years old. He's a great fighter. He's got mic skills, and he's got the great just persona that you look for in a fighter. You know, he knows how to fight. He obviously knows how to handle himself. Dude, he took him all the way.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with the showing, but I told you this a couple weeks ago, even on the first show. Gaethje is that guy, man. He's been
but he's through. Hey, we're gonna get into the fight. Let's get into. Hey guys, if you haven't joined the link below, you can join us on Discord, talk into the show, come in, throw your fight and your argument down. But in the meantime, we're gonna talk all things sports as always. We're gonna touch on the Patriots making it to another Super Bowl. With Seahawks. That'll be a great rematch. Hopefully the Seahawks, if they get within the 5, they run the ball this time rather than trying to be
at the 1 yard line.
At the 1 yard line with the beast mode. We're going to talk about Maye and Darnold, how one's career started out kind of like a rock star while other was almost out of the league a couple of years ago. The Browns are still looking for a coach, I believe, as a 6:44 tonight. I think it's going to be Schwartz. We'll get into that a little bit. And we'll also talk a little bit about the Rooney Rule because that played a factor as far as, this last couple of 3 or 4 days of the search got kind of interesting. So we'll touch on that a little bit. So
wild card got thrown in the mix.
Yeah, just a little bit. And obviously, the most embarrassing thing in sports is the Pro Bowl, and that's happening next Tuesday. You're going to watch flag football. But hey, Shedeur Sanders made the cut.
Shedeur Sanders, the second representative of the Pro Bowl.
7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in 7 games, and he made the Pro Bowl. So, hey, congrats to freaking Shedeur Sanders, dude. We got a Pro Bowl quarterback in Cleveland. What's more exciting than that?
You know what Shedeur would say?
What?
It's perfect time, dude.
It's perfect time. Which I've been looking for this whole time. All right, so Ed, let's start off with the NFL playoffs this week. Did you watch both games?
I watched the first half of the first game. Was 3:00. It was the Patriots and Broncos.
It was still sunny with no snow in sight at that point.
Yeah, and then the second half came, and it was kind of a shit show, to say the least.
As much as I want to say the game was boring, it was also so much fun to watch.
Jared Stidham throwing away that football reminded me of like a dog that paddles in water. Like he's just keeping himself. He's treading water. I mean, he just threw it to the side.
Can I just say thank God that he did that? So after like his first 2 drives, I was like, here we go. Everybody's going to be talking about this guy being the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns next year. What are we going to have to trade to get Jared Stidham? He's the answer. And then he looked like Jared Stidham.
Yeah.
And
he looked like a backup quarterback.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it looked like a backup quarterback that got thrown in the fray against the Mike Vrabel defense, and he did not show up.
No, he did not.
But it didn't help that the snow did. It's a little bit behind schedule as far as I'm concerned because I thought it was already past that point. I was like, wow, how did Denver avoid the snow out of all places?
No, it's coming.
Yeah, it came and it went, and the game was kind of boring, but there at the end, but it was still exciting to watch. And I think, if anything, they learned to maybe kick the field goal in the playoffs instead of going for it on 4th down. What was he thinking? Dude?
I don't know, man.
A chance to go up 10-0. And you went for it, and it bit him in the ass in the end.
Yeah, it cost him.
But Drake Maye, hey, he's in the Super Bowl, my guy. I mean, it was just 2 weeks ago when you were sitting here talking about Drake Maye could suck a dick.
and then I flipped over the next week and said Drake Maye Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
And now he had 86 yards total offense for himself. I mean, he kind of fucking sucked.
I mean, what did you expect to happen, though, especially in the elements at the beginning, at the end of that game? But, it's funny, like, 3rd and 8 when they just designed basically a rollout and throw it out of bounds. Like, they didn't even want to mess with trying to like take a chance. And I was like, this wouldn't have happened if this was like a Steve Young back in the day, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers playoff game, even Ben Roethlisberger. Like, they would have been doing everything they could to lock up that game. If it meant throwing in the snow, they would have thrown in the snow.
Yeah.
They really took the easy way out on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It is what it is. What it is. When you got it locked up like that, you want to just preserve it.
I mean, they're in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. And then, and so here's an interesting thought. If Mike Vrabel wins the Super Bowl, he will be the first coach and first person ever to be a player and coach and win a Super Bowl on the same team.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty remarkable feat, if I may say so. He will be a hero. And while we're on the topic of Patriot head coaches, Bill Belichick snubbed today.
Hate to see it.
Just happened, or as we're coming on the show. What is that about?
Man, it's probably a committee thing, to be honest with you. It's probably the writers' thing.
So Tom Brady's, 2 more years of being a first ballot?
He retired in 22?
I don't remember if he played. He didn't play last year. I can't remember if he played the year before.
I believe it's 5 years.
It's 5 years.
So then it has to be. It's either 2 to 3 years from now. So yeah, I mean he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's had 7 Super Bowl rings.
I mean, but Bill Belichick, he's got 8. Snub, dude, didn't even make the first cut. That's just embarrassing on the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the guy who created. I mean, he was the epitome of a dynasty coach.
Yeah,
they were in the playoffs. Were they 12 times? 10? Or I'm sorry, the Super Bowl.
So it's hard. It's hard for me to kind of know that just because they became good in the early 2000s, and then there was about a decade period where they were not good. Brady struggled. The team did not look good at all. And they kind of put some stuff together, but it was later in Brady's career where they kind of started to get that roll going again of like, okay, we're going back to the Super Bowl, stuff like that. But there was a good portion of years where he just didn't show up. Like he was not in the – I don't know if he missed the playoffs completely in some years or he got bounced.
Well, as a head coach, he's got those 6 head Super Bowl wins. He's got 2 as the assistant.
For the Giants.
He's been to 12 total. And he just got snubbed today. That's embarrassing on the NFL. Sorry, Bill Belichick. We're fans. We'd take him back in Cleveland right now. I would take him back. I would bring back Metcalf up the middle.
I would bring back Nick Saban too as the assistant there. I mean,
Vinny Testaverde, what are you doing right now? Can you still throw a football?
Fuck it, bring Bernie back. Mr. Cody. You just got a new kidney, liver, whatever the hell it was. You got a new organ in him.
Well, and then on the other side of that, you got a quarterback who a year ago was could have been out of the league. We talk about Sam Darnold and what happened when he got fixed suddenly in the Shanahan offensive, but
isn't that crazy?
I mean, this dude was literally nobody wanted him. He was worse than Baker, right? Like at least Baker had a good first year. Darnold never did really anything.
He was just on that cusp, that Mendoza line of like, do you know what the Mendoza line is in baseball?
No.
So the Mendoza line in baseball is your batting average of 200. Anything less than that, you're absolutely fucking horrible.
Okay.
And above that, you're just good enough to stay like right where you're at. And he was at like, if a 200 batting average, he was at like 201. I mean, it was right there because he was terrible in Carolina and he never got his footing in New York initially. He got cut, or even was cut or traded or whatever, and he signed with Shanahan. It took him 6 months with Shanahan to fix him, to figure it out, to put him through whatever machine Shanahan does with whatever. And then 14 win season for the Vikings the next year under cover.
Yeah, killed it. And then obviously everybody just thought like, oh, dude, he had Justin Jefferson. Like, it's a fluke, not going to happen again. No. And here the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. He threw for like 350 yards and 3 touchdowns against a Rams defense. That's not awful.
And he's on a pretty good year lead.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
It's a whole.
He's definitely. Yeah, I was going to say he's definitely not in the. He wasn't. We just went through the top. Yeah, I was going to say he's probably in the bottom 30% of the league. I mean, Shador's probably a little bit below where he's at.
He's still on his rookie deal. He's getting paid like $2 million or something like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty insane deal. It's good to see him bounce back. Good to see the Seahawks make it. And then we didn't talk about this guy who I didn't hear in the coaching after like he was red hot in the first week was that Aiden Dirty.
Yeah.
And then you don't hear anything about him. His defense shows up again.
Yeah.
Against possibly the MVP of the league.
I mean, it was arguably that was my Super Bowl for me personally. I also
that game,
a shit ton of
the
money
Seahawks and the Rams.
Oh yeah,
that was a great fucking game.
It was killer.
It was great game. How about that Cooper Kupp comes up with clutch catch?
Yeah,
dude, just way to like
big old middle finger right to the Rams,
dude. Hey, by the way, if you guys are listening, comment, like, subscribe. But if you jump in the description on YouTube, you can see the link to the Discord. You can join the show live, come in and chat. We see a couple of you guys viewing out there. So Love
We
to have your
appreciate it, guys.
opinion. What did you guys think of the playoffs this weekend, and what do you think is going to happen in the Super Bowl? So I guess we'll kind of end it on there. But
comment S for Seattle and P for Patriots.
Yeah, I like it. S for Seattle, P for Patriots. PP if you have to go to the bathroom.
PP. Something I don't have to do. Something I took care of. My bladder of a squirrel. I took care of.
Your bladder of a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was surprised Aiden Dirty didn't get mentioned, and we'll see what happens. As far as legacies, though, out of this game, one, do you have an X factor in the actual Super Bowl? Like Seattle, when you look at Seattle and New England, who's one person you think is going to impact the game the most?
Jackson Smith-Njigba. This kid's good. So he did the same thing, and versus it was Ohio State versus Utah a couple of years ago. It was an insane Utah team. They were really, really good. Ohio State had C.J. Stroud, JSN, and that was his coming out party. That was the game that solidified him as being like one of the best ever, and it was 2021, I believe.
Yeah,
it was something like that. It was either 2020 or 2021, and he just came out and just had a monster game that game. I'll have to pull it up here just for the sake of I want you to understand something. This kid knows how to show up in big moments.
Well, I mean,
he comes up clutch.
He's just another one of those Ohio State receivers that's really came up big. I mean, you just look at the dude down in Tampa. Does that mean that Carnell Tate's going to be that guy? I feel like these guys were a little bit more dynamic in the speed of route running, but we'll see. Ohio State's been producing wide receivers now for the last 5 years. But yeah, Jack, what do you have? 160 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns this weekend, or at least one, right?
Almost 170. So in this Utah game that I mentioned, it was 2022. I'm sorry, it was a couple years off. 15 receptions for 347 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Dude, that is insane.
C.J. Stroud, talk about a guy who's, he's kind of looking like Sam Darnold.
God, dude.
C.J. Stroud threw for 46 times, threw 6 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Wow.
That is nuts.
C.J. Stroud, dude, he did not live up to the Ohio State moment this offseason. They're a little pissed at him down there in Houston, but I'll be interested to see what happens. I mean, he's your guy, right? You're not gonna get rid of him now.
Oh, you're not going to get rid of him.
Yeah, but he's going to be due a contract at the end of the next year. We'll see what happens with that. So you think Jackson Smith's the biggest X factor? What about is there a legacy? Is there a part of a legacy in this game? Like something that's going to go down as like, I mean, we talked about Vrabel, right? That would be my pick if I was going to say anybody was a legacy guy.
I mean, it's got to be Darnold. I mean, he's the biggest story out of this whole thing. A guy that was on the fringe of pretty much going to bag groceries is now back leading this team into what everybody thought he could have been when he was coming out of USC, coming to right now to where he is in Seattle, and just that journey. I mean, that's a Rudy-like movie journey right there.
Yeah,
this is like, you're defeating Goliath as David.
Well, and the other thing about this too, I think the most disheartening factor of this is we're Cleveland fans, or at least I'm a Browns fan. We're here in Cleveland, right? And I think you're still a Browns fan, although you like the Cheeseheads, I guess.
No, at the end of the day, if the Browns win, I'm extremely happy, and I'm extremely critical when they lose. But I have to be a homer.
Yeah.
I have to be. I mean, I spend every Sunday watching these clowns play.
Yeah.
I've invested too much of my own hate to not see it through and to at least cheer when they win.
Well, I think the biggest disappointment right now is the fact that here's 2 teams that they were in the Super Bowl within the last 10 years, I think, right? Give or take a year or 2. They went down to the bottom of the Seattle. Well, they played each other, and then Seattle won a Super Bowl, and then.
Dude, do you remember how long ago that was?
Oh God, it's probably like 2004.
No, dude, that was like 2013.
Oh, so it's not that long ago. Less than 10 years.
13 years ago.
Either way, dude. Either way, the fact is that both these teams have been to Super Bowls, won Super Bowls multiple times, and fell apart to the point where Drake Maye was the 3rd overall pick. Seattle was, I think, in the top 10 a couple of times in a row. And now they're both back in the Super Bowl. And the Browns can't get to the goddamn championship game for their conference, dude. It is so embarrassing the amount of years we've spent at like 500 or below football. Really, it's at like 300% or below football versus these other teams that can not only hit rock bottom, but then go back up. And then you see a guy like Vrabel lead this fucking team who was on our coaching staff last year. Like, if you look at that, how do you not go like, hey, you know what? This guy's obviously got his shit together. Let's just fire Stefanski right now and just put him in because this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now here we are.
Here we are.
Cleveland
It is
fans.
statistically harder for these guys to stay as bad as they are than to actually accidentally win a football game every so often. I'm going to quote Mike Polk here, the famous
Factory of Sadness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That video. Yeah. And again, seeing this whole kind of shift, it really leads to the whole legacy thing. Like, these organizations are ran, two decent organizations over the last 20 years or so. I mean, I'd say, you're not just going to shake a stick at Seattle. They've always been competitive in some way, shape, or form. They've had some down years, of course, like every franchise does. But New England has just been this just rock solid, dominant, no bullshit type of team that just, hey, you're expected to do this. Like, there's a line here that you're met when you come into this building. You either stick by it, get the fuck out. That's it. Well, all there is that comes down to it is there are certain teams that have that bar and that have constantly set it. And they're not going to settle for anything less.
Well, I was going to say, just look at it. They lose terribly, right? They win 3 games or whatever it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Reset, draft May, hire. I just drew a blank. Who's his name? Was he a former player?
Yeah, he was.
It wasn't Ryan.
It wasn't D'Amico Ryans. I know you're talking about. It wasn't Demario Davis. I'm trying to think. We know.
Yeah. But either way, and then they gave him 1 year to turn it around.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it didn't work. You're out. Vrabel, you're in.
Yeah.
And it's like, they could, because you're right. They're just not going to put up with the factory of sadness. Like, you gotta be able to answer.
So Belichick was there in 23 when they went 4-13, and he was out. It's Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, Gerard. I haven't heard his name in a while.
No.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't.
He's not. Well, I mean, he's only 39 years old. I highly doubt that he's going to be doing anything else. He was only there for a year.
Well, here, let's lead that into the coaching search that's going on. You said Buffalo just hired their coach today, right?
Yeah. So Joe has a track record. Obviously, most people know him as the OC for the Bills, but starting out, funny enough, he started as a linebacker back in 2013 for William and Mary.
Yeah.
A kid named Gray Zabel, who's the starting guard for Seattle.
Oh, no kidding.
Just got drafted there last year. Yeah. So he's from William and Mary, great player. Went on to Penn State to be a grad assistant. 2017, 2018, he went to the NFL as an offensive assistant for none other than the Sean Payton-led New Orleans Saints. So where his passing and coaching philosophy comes in.
Yep.
He went to LSU, and guess who he just so happened to coach at LSU?
Yeah, you just told me.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's insane.
And that legendary team. Probably the greatest.
62 touchdown passes
60
from Burrow
touchdowns,
that year.
6,000 yards. One of the greatest teams. Probably the greatest football team ever for college football.
Yeah.
It's probably a top 3 up there.
Now, was he in Buffalo last year?
Yeah. So he started out in Buffalo in 2022 as the quarterbacks coach. He then went on to be the interim OC in 23. 24, he was the official OC. 25, he was the official OC. And just before his Buffalo stint, he started in Carolina as the offensive coordinator.
Wow.
Don't know who that head coach was at the time. Let me see here. It was Matt Rule.
Oh, yeah.
Came from college, coached for a couple of years, sucked, and now he's at Nebraska.
Yeah.
So,
well, either way, the coaching search is narrowing down. We're down to Cleveland, Las Vegas, and Arizona. I believe that's the last 3, right?
It has to be.
So we'll see what happens. I haven't heard anybody interviewing for Arizona. I don't know why, if it's just because I'm so out of the loop as far as what's going on.
Do you know any Arizona Cardinals fans?
No.
I don't think they exist. It's them and the Chargers.
Like
the 2 most irrelevant fan bases.
Are they like Democrat protesters? They like bust them in for the games.
No, they're all paid to be there. It's like, hey, I want to go see this team. Actually, here's a voucher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's free food, free drinks for the afternoon.
Exactly.
We have a bus. Just hop on it in Dallas and roll in.
Join the group chat, by the way, if you can.
But yeah, I haven't seen anybody in that Arizona job. I don't know if you can look that up while we're talking.
Yeah.
And then same thing with the Vegas job. Really had a whole lot in there. The Browns job is interesting to me. So I told you today, I was like, I think the whole time it's been Schwartz.
It very well could have been.
And I think the whole time it's been Schwartz is because of Barry, right? Like, you have to think if Barry's on the hot seat. He had a great year this year. He saved his ass because of a great draft.
100%.
Didn't make any terrible moves in free agency this year. A couple of big
made a decent trade in the middle of the season.
Right. So he did good.
Campbell
did a good job as far as a GM was expected. One of the best GMs in the league this year.
One of the better.
I mean, if you look at the moves he made this year, one of the better, I guess you would say. Either way, but at the same point in time, you're on a back-to-back 3-win team. So,
Yeah.
I mean, your ass is on the seat, right? So I think that it's always been Schwartz, and that these were either interviews that like Jimmy's looking at as like, hey, we're going to take this opportunity to interview some guys for next year, because if you guys don't fucking make the cut, like, you're both out of here.
You think this is going to be a clean house deal? Like, it's going to be a one and done type of deal?
Unless they win. Yeah, and I think the other aspect of it is if you tell, like, you're not going to ask a guy like, what's the kid from the Jags, Udinsky?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell Udinsky, and you're not going to tell Shalehouse, like, hey, look, if you guys want to come in as the head coach, that's fine, but just so you know, we're not doing shit this year. We're going to do the best we can to build up the offense, and you're going to have to win with Shador. And there's a good chance that Barry, he's gone next offseason. And if he's gone, then, you know, the new GM is going to want to hire his own coach.
I think regardless Barry's gone next season, I don't care about if they win or not. I think it's kind of time to turn that table with him. Looking at it,
it just depends on what he does.
I mean, winning saves everything for anybody's job, to be honest with you. But you know how hard it is to do what he just did in this past draft. Of every pick that he made is going to be impactful at a super high level for this draft.
Other than Dylan Gabriel, the only impact he has is his head hitting the ground.
Again, if you want to switch Shador and Gabriel, it's like one was the third and the other one was the fifth. Draft position doesn't really matter.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's the only pick he really didn't hit on. Yeah. That really didn't make a substantial difference on anything.
We didn't know that until you made it. I mean, the kid was in college for a very long time. He held a lot of passing records, and he led a.
You think he went to school the last 2 years?
I don't know, dude. That'd be a fun game if me and you did like a slideshow presentation of like just swiping left and right. If he went to college, he definitely did not go to school. Definitely did. That'd be fun.
He did not go to class for 2 years.
No.
He just got paid. He was really short. They didn't even know he was a student there.
Can we get anybody that watches the show, if you guys go to some of these major colleges or have seen these guys or fan base of the team, find us this information. I want to read about some of the stories of these kids that haven't actually gone to school in a while. I just want to read like a viewer just telling us, hey, so I went to school with so-and-so. And let me tell you something. All he did was drink, party, and watch football. I'm like, so he relived Alex Morgan's dream from Blue Mountain State.
All you got is you got a bunch of Van Wilders just showing up to play football, and like that's about all they do.
If I could be a college football player today, that'd be fucking awesome. Because if I had that high a status and everything like that, and I was able to do exactly what Carson Beck did, I would literally relive Blue Mountain State.
Oh my
God, one of the best TV shows
ever. I mean, he kind of did. Now we'll see what happens now, but yeah, that was a great draft by Barry. I don't see these guys coming in for the Browns and taking the job. But the other aspect is, I think the Browns are telling them they're not interested, and that's why. And they're like, "Hey, you want to save face? We're not going to bring you on. You can go ahead and tell them that you're withdrawing your name or whatever as a sign of respect." Something about that is weird. I don't think that's like they're like, oh, I went and visited the Browns. I had 2 interviews, and then I was like, I'm going to withdraw my name. I'm not interested in the job. The job is not that fucking bad. We talked about it before.
It's better than the Raiders.
It's way better than Raiders. It's way better than the Cardinals. It's way better than a passing coordinator position, even if you're going to the Super Bowl or going to the playoffs. It's a head coaching position.
Let's look at this here really quickly. Let's talk about this. You have already an established defense.
Yeah.
The Raiders and Cardinals. I'd argue to say let's just rank these really quick. Defenses, it's Browns, Cardinals, Raiders.
Yeah.
Offenses, they're probably all tied for 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah.
The worst of them is probably the Raiders. The best of them is probably the Cardinals, realistically.
Yeah.
But look at the QB contract situation. We're coming off the Seans after this year. We have all that money to spend. Kyler can get cut, and Geno, I don't really know what's going to be happening with him, to be honest with you. I don't know what's going to.
I don't know why they made that trade in the first place. It made 0 sense.
Well, because Geno was coming off a super hot year, though. Geno looked awesome.
But you still didn't have a team around him.
Yeah. But he made that Seattle team look insanely good.
He also had DK Metcalf. He had Jackson Smith. He had
Lockett.
He had a fucking stacked fucking team.
I understand what you're saying. He had a decent offense. By the way, the Cardinals have interviewed, this is from an hour ago, ex-Washington head coach Ron Rivera.
Oh, God. What the fuck would he be doing back in the league? Ron Rivera, dude? No. Wow. I mean, but if you're trying to pull somebody in, now's the time to do it.
Super Bowl. He led Super Camp.
Jimmy Johnson's tweet. I would like to know the names of the assholes who did not vote for Bill Belichick. They're too cowardly to announce themselves. Yeah. No decision made on the Cleveland Browns job. Is down to Shieldhouse or Schwartz. Think about how flawed that is.
Well, so here's my thing. Here's my whole philosophy with that. As I was driving over here in this absolute god-awful weather here. I had some time to actually think about this for a second. It makes sense if you're not going to hire Shieldhouse as your head coach, ask him to be the OC. Offer him the OC position because realistically, it makes sense for a guy like Jim Schwartz to take over that. One, he's been in the league for a very long time. Two, he's already got respect from the people in the building and the people and the players in the field. He's already been a head coach. So yeah, he knows how to manage a locker room in some way, shape, or form. Sure, did he get it right the first time? But clearly not because he's not a head coach anymore. But you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
How hard it is if I was your boss at 27 and you're 43? How am I supposed to look at you and say, hey, man, you got to do this better?
No, I 100% agree. I mean, it's tough. But, I mean, hopefully the respect comes from, how many times you've done the right thing. As far as a head coach or as far as assistant coach or whatever the case might be when you're having these conversations.
100%.
Shieldhouse, and we're going to talk about this later. It's just interesting to me that he got pulled into interviews by Cleveland and by Buffalo, who both needed to, and this is our next topic.
God, he's 35.
Yeah, he's young. And McVay talks well of him. I was actually going to pull up to see if I could find the video of McVay talking about him.
35 at all.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing. He doesn't look 35 at all. I did not think he was that young or that much older. Yeah, so yesterday they had this second interview completed with him. And the Bills completed an interview with him yesterday too.
But so the other aspect of it is we talked about this Rooney Rule, right? And Shieldhouse fits the criteria for the Rooney Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Amazingly, he gets 2 interviews, second in person with. And it has to be an in-person interview for the Rooney Rule, right? So here, actually, let me look up what is the update on the Rooney Rule.
It was created to ensure minority candidates are interviewed for top coaching positions and front office positions following a 2002 report highlighting disparities in hiring. The key purpose, again, was to increase diversity in head coaching, general managers, and executives. Originally required 1 minority candidate interview for a head coach position in 2003. And expanded to include front office members in 2009 and currently mandates interviews at least 2 external minority candidates for open head coach and GM positions.
Yeah, so
I think Barry was part of that Rooney Rule too.
I mean, I don't know if
he was only an Eagles executive at one time. I remember that. Like, he wasn't.
Yeah, it's very possible. It was created as a reaction to 2002 firings of Tony Dungy in Tampa and Dennis Green in Minnesota. And that was the first losing year for Green in years. But here's the aspect of it. So that's where I say, was it all show for Shieldhouse, right? Is this guy even a legit head coach candidate? It's interesting that, Buffalo hired their own offensive coordinator. Now Cleveland's, there's a lot of rumors around them hiring their own defensive coordinator, but they went out and interviewed this guy. So is it, hey, we're going to hire Schwartz. We're going to give him a year. We're going to allow you to be the OC. You create your own offensive staff. Here's the deal. Next year, this could all be for naught. We could be resetting this whole thing. Would you rather have your name be tied to the offensive coordinator position, or would you rather have it tied to the head coach position? Ultimately, if I'm let go as the GM, meaning Andrew Barry, a new GM is going to come in here and they're going to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
But it's just, this Rooney Rule for me has become outplayed. I think there's enough diversity in the league. I mean, shit, I'm pretty sure the African Americans are the majority of the players in the NFL.
Yeah.
And when it comes to coaches, I mean, I don't think people are making that decision based off of the Rooney Rule. There's plenty of successful minorities as far as head coaches at this point to not be so concerned with it. I think the rule makes a fool, honestly, out of guys like Shieldhouse, Mike McDaniel, and these other minority candidates that
McDaniels is a minority?
Yeah, I don't know how. I never looked it up.
Okay.
But he did qualify for the Rooney Rule.
Okay. It's probably a religious thing then?
I don't know. Did it say that?
I don't know.
Let's see here.
Because he's very much.
As of January 2026, he is considered a minority candidate for the NFL's Rooney Rule due to his biracial background. His father is African American, making him eligible to fill. Did not know that.
Didn't know that either.
How about them apples?
I think what we're really missing here is the fact that the other candidate that they threw in the mix is Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, that was out of left field.
Now, I got his coaching history up here. Yeah, he was the Chargers head coach for a while, for about 4 seasons. And he kind of led them out of that kind of spiral that they were in.
He was the head coach?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
2017 to 2020. He was the OC for the for the Lions in 2021. And then since then, he's just been a running backs coach and a running game coordinator. So
interesting to have that fall from grace from a head coach down to running backs coach for 4 years, but it could have been.
Well, he also was a running backs coach from 2003 to 2012.
Makes sense.
So it's probably back to what he knows is running back. Yeah, I mean that's probably all he knows is the running game system. Which, hey, if he's good at it, clearly.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens as far as things go. But it's absolutely one of the weirdest head coach searches out there, period. And the fact that it's all toppled today with Belichick not making it to a Hall of Fame.
I want to genuinely know what is going on in this interview process. Yeah. I want to know the questions that are asked. I want to actually see the test itself. I want to know the homework because there's systems in place that are already, available to kind of evaluate head coaching properly. Like you kind of have to learn from your own mistakes and see what happens. Funny. Ironically, myself, who never learns from his mistakes, is saying that. But there's things in place that you can look at and evaluate and ask people about. I think there's so much stuff out there about a person already as it is. And there's tape to kind of prove what he was doing prior.
Yeah.
And so, you can kind of sift through the bullshit and see kind of if the guy is good or not.
I think part of what's messed up this head coaching search for these teams is everybody wants the young hot coordinator who calls the plays, who does when that wasn't even a thing really until McVay and Peyton. Before that, the head coach was the head coach. You had an offensive coordinator who called plays. You had a defensive coordinator who called plays. All of a sudden, in the 2000s, it became the hot thing to get a coordinator who could be the head coach and call plays.
I think even lately it's been, I don't mean to interrupt your point here. No. I think it's actually even been even more recently with McVay, LaFleur, Dave Canales, all these super young guys that are already just up there, and they all stem from some coaching tree. And I think it's Bill Walsh. I think it even made me Mike Shanahan. Because McVay and LaFleur
could be Mike Pettit
together. So here's the thing: is I think actually what stems from all this originally, I think a lot of these, I'll have to look at Canales, but I know for a fact McVay and LaFleur stemmed from Shanahan's coaching tree when he was in Washington, when he was the OC.
Yeah,
because those two were assistants there.
Yeah, I mean, it's either way. This dynamic, I feel like the level of success is got to be lower. I'd have to do some research on it, but you look at first-year head coaches who also call the plays. I'd be interested to see what the success is on that, because there's guys that are marvels at it. And even just looking at this weekend, right? You look at what McVay did for Los Angeles. I mean, damn, that game went down to the freaking wire, dude. You look at Shanahan in San Francisco. Unfortunately, didn't work out too well for him, but then you saw what happened this year when Detroit went to their head coach calling plays, right? I mean, that was the weirdest thing ever. The way it happened is he just called plays when he felt like it. And I feel like when if you're a guy like a Shieldhouse or a Udinsky and you're the offensive coordinator of the passing game and you've got a feel for the game, then okay, you can be the head coach and you can call plays at the same time as my dogs are howling.
Your dogs are howling right now.
But ultimately, you're also being a head coach for the first time. So it's not just about calling plays on the offense. It's making sure the game plan's going accordingly, making sure that the defense checking in with your players. What are they seeing out there? What can you
there's a lot of things that genuinely
making sure you have the right. Make sure, I mean, there's just so much that comes to being a head coach on game day. I think that was Stefanski's ultimate failure. Is he was a better play caller than he was a head coach, and he wasn't as good as a head coach that could call plays either. That's why those scripts always looked really well. I mean, I bet you if you looked at Brown's success rate on first drives, it was 65% score. And then after that, it was 5% during Stefanski's pass. Because, I mean, they always score on the first game or first drive, get you excited, and then they suck the rest of the game.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not that diverse into his world, mainly because I just don't care anymore. I don't. I fucking hated his play calling to begin with.
Oh, man.
It looked so good at first, and then you went, oh, fuck, this again this week?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, we're at the 5-yard line with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Let's fucking throw it 4 times.
Dude,
Like,
just thinking about that makes me irritated.
Also, to give you a coaching tree update. So, Mike Holmgren has John Gruden and Andy Reid. And Shanahan and McVay both came from the John Gruden coaching tree, who stemmed from Mike Holmgren. Andy Reid has what looks to be John Harbaugh, Sean McDermott, Ron Rivera, Doug Peterson, and Matt Nagy.
Wow. Matt Nagy got fired. Out of there.
Is he done at Kansas City?
Yeah, I think they brought Eric Bieniemy back.
Oh, God, where the hell was he been? Washington?
I think he was in Washington. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So long to him. All right, enough about NFL coaches. Nobody really cares. But shout out to the GOAT, Bill Belichick. Shout out to him. I don't. Not this year. I don't care this year. I hope it's Schwartz, and I hope they give me something to watch. My fear is Schwartz gets them to win 8 games. We don't make the playoffs, and we're the 12th pick, and we don't have a quarterback. Like that's like Cleveland. Like that's what's gonna happen because
it's this generational quarterback class too that's coming up.
It's looking so good. We'll see what happens because people said this was the generational draft, but obviously some injuries.
Nobody fucking said that. Will, shut the fuck up. Nobody said that.
So many people said 26 was going to be a great quarterback draft.
No.
Yes, they absolutely did.
Dante Moore and Arch Manning are pulled out, so now you have Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year,
and that's not. It wasn't even just those two. It was also Lenore. It was also Lenore Sellers.
Yeah, okay, he fell off a cliff big time.
Yeah, but I mean, this year was supposed to be the year, and then all these guys went back to school, which never fucking happens. Because if you could even throw the football and be called a quarterback, like I feel like you jumped 3 rounds draft status, like just by entering. Period.
Did you see it? Oh, you know what? You want to know what's funny? Did you see Diego Papia's measurements come out today?
No.
He's 5'9" and 7/8 inch and like 195 pounds or something like that. He's not even 5'10".
Wow. Well, that will keep you from going up the draft boards.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, he's the Mexican Manziel is what they call him.
Oh my gosh,
dude.
Funny. But either way, this year's draft turned out to not be so. The total Cleveland Browns thing would be to fuck this up by winning 8 games this year, getting everybody excited about almost making the playoffs. Shador throwing for like 3,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, and like 24 interceptions. We still don't know if we have a quarterback.
Jameis fucking Winston. Jeez, give the kid some.
I'm just saying, like, this is the kind of shit that's going to happen.
A 30-30 season, bro. Okay.
This is what's going to happen. We're going to win just enough games to be out of the top 10. We're not going to have any extra first-round picks, and we're not going to be able to get one of the top 3 quarterbacks without mortgaging like 8 years of first-round draft picks. So Barry needs to nail this fucking draft and put all the talent he can around the offense because next year we're going to have to mortgage like 3 years worth of draft picks.
Dude, you're fucking damned if you do and damned if you don't. Like, what the fuck? If you're fucking doomed, here's the problem. If you're doomed, you now set yourself back even further, pissing off your entire fan base and wasting the prime of Myles Garrett, Denzel.
You're saying if they tank this year.
Yes. Now, granted, you'll get a quarterback, but by the time they obviously even start getting good, Denzel's probably going to retire from a lot of concussion injuries that he's had.
Denzel's got 1 year left.
And Myles Garrett's going to be, 34 years old, realistically.
Wait, how old is he now?
31.
Yeah.
He's 31, something in there. Okay.
I mean, he's going to be like LeBron, though, dude. He'll be like 40 years old coming in on 3rd down and 20.
But even still, it's like you just wasted 13 years or 11 years of this guy's career.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Like there's no point. And if you are good, the biggest problem there is the fact that you now can't select inside of the top 10 or even for that matter inside the top 6 because you'll have Drew Mestemaker, Arch Manning, Julian Sain, TJ Lagway, Josh Hoover, many more. Lenore Sellers,
Dante Moore. Dude, you're going to literally have like 7 quarterbacks going in the top 10 next year.
Yeah. And you
get a quarterback. You get a quarterback.
And you know what's going to happen? Everybody else is going to get better. And the Browns are going to go, but we have Shador. But we got Myles Garrett. And we got a new stadium coming that nobody really wants.
Gosh, dude, 4 years ago, if you would have told me this is what we'd be talking about, I'd been like, no way, dude. Nick Chubb's going to be hosting a fucking MVP trophy in the Super Bowl. Like, fucking the Browns are going to be – Myles Garrett's going to sack a quarterback and get a strip fucking sack to win the game or something. Like, I would have never thought this roster that had so much fucking talent on it 4 years ago would just fall off the face of the earth fuck you, Cleveland Browns, for ruining every season.
I got one for you.
Huh?
You obviously know what the butterfly effect is, right?
Yeah.
The butterfly flaps its wings, so on. What if I told you that the night that me and you watched the Steelers-Browns game when Nick Chubb broke his leg, that would be the absolute just start of the ball rolling down the hill? Because after that, Baker got,
was Baker still the QB that year? Or was that Deshaun's first game? No, that was Deshaun.
It had to be Deshaun's one of his first games then. Man, that's crazy. If I get that wrong, that's gonna suck. It was 2023, so it was September 18th.
Yeah, it was Watson. Watson was the quarterback.
Yeah. No, again, what if I?
But even still,
like even Baker just getting traded and Deshaun coming in, that started the effect of Nick Chubb then getting injured. Then the spiral of injuries that occurred. Then all this bad shit happened. Like, I don't want this to turn into a Cleveland Browns podcast because no one really gives a fuck about them besides us. But, like, that is the scary shit that happens. And we're here right now having to deal with it.
Well, you're right, though, 100%. I think every Cleveland Brown fan knew when Nick Chubb got hurt, he was not going to be the same.
No.
Like, it was one thing to come back from a knee injury. He was never going to be the same.
But he did the same thing to his same knee at Georgia.
And that was also the point in time when people looked around and were like, hey, look, this offensive line's starting to get old. You probably got one more year out of them. You just brought Deshaun in. It was his first year starting. Like, that was supposed to be the fucking team.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, that was the year the Amari Cooper trade, I think, was made that offseason. Myles Garrett, obviously, in his super prime. Like, that team was supposed to be the team. I think a lot of people thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl, or at least make it deep into the playoffs.
I have one question before we pivot to the next
Nick Chubb gets his fuck you, Mika Fitzpatrick. Nick Chubb gets his knee blown out. That season just fucking plummets from there, and we've been back to fucking doom. And then on top of that, and we're going to talk about hometown heroes in a minute, Andrew Berry just lets him fucking leave and go play for the Texans. Like, if you knew your team was going to be this fucking bad, why not just make sure that he retires a Cleveland Brown? I hate that he is over there in Houston and not in a Browns uniform, dude. Do it for the fans, for Christ's sake. You put us through fucking 3-win seasons.
Draft Dylan Sampson and Quinshon Judkins then?
Yeah, you draft at least one of them. But fuck, look what we did to goddamn Quinshon Judkins. He's sitting there with his fucking leg broken in 18 pieces or whatever.
Yeah,
dude, man.
Now, let me ask you this. Next year, are you willing to trade Myles Garrett for the #1 overall pick and guarantee yourself a generational quarterback?
If I guarantee myself a generational quarterback, yeah, it'd be a no-brainer.
Okay, that's all. That's all I wanted. I don't need to expand on it anymore. Me and you have the same mindset on that. But
no, I mean, yeah, of course. But at the same point in time, like, what does that mean for your overall? I mean, you trade Myles Garrett. Whew, that hurts you. That sets your team back too.
How?
Yeah, because you're setting the same thing with an $80 million cap hit or $50 million cap hit for the next 2 years, and the Browns are strapped. I mean, you get rid of Deshaun, but that hurts your team too because Myles Garrett makes that defense.
How many fucking games did Myles Garrett win us this year?
How many did he win us? I could argue 2. The last 2 for sure. Like, those teams fucking basically tanked their game plans just so that Myles Garrett wouldn't get the sack record. The Packers game, I'd say he won us that game. I mean, Myles Garrett probably won us 3 games legit this year, dude. Without him, we would have lost those 3 games that we'd be sitting here with. How many wins is that? 5,
2.
4, 1, 2.
You still don't have a quarterback that can be the answer.
That's the thing. If we would have traded Myles Garrett, we could have got 3 first-round picks from who? The fucking Buffalo Bills, and had like a 29th pick in the draft. Like, dude, the right thing to do was not to trade Myles. If you were going to trade him, it would have had to have been to a team that was like having an off year, and then you would have not had a quarterback last year, because who was the quarterbacks taken last year?
What, in 24?
Dude, the only quarterback last year that was a top 5 pick was what's his name from Tennessee, Cam Ward. So if you would have traded him before last season,
Dart later in the first round.
Yeah, if you would have traded him for 2, 3 first-round picks, you would have gotten rid of the best thing to watch, the only guy to watch on Sundays for the last 17 weeks of the season, and then you still wouldn't have had a quarterback. Now, if you got like if you got lucky and traded him to a guy or to a team that somehow this year fucking tanks and you get a top 5 pick and you get your quarterback out of it.
I regret asking this question. I just want you to know that.
I mean, dude, now here, if we had the first top 1 or 2 picks and I still have a team willing to give up a top 5 pick for Myles Garrett, and I could walk away with my quarterback and Jeremiah Smith, I would do that. I would give up everything. I would start this team from fucking scratch to start off with like Arch Manning.
Probably
and
what they're
Jeremiah
going to do
Smith.
next year, brother.
Like, hey,
you know,
everybody's fired if we don't go to the Super Bowl this year, and we're fucking cutting everybody. Nobody gets it. You don't get a contract. You don't get a contract.
you most certainly don't get a contract. So talking about something else that's pretty meaningless, the Pro Bowl and the NBA All-Star Game.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna play some flag football on Tuesday.
Congrats.
How about this? The game's on a Tuesday night, the flag football game. It's 7-on-7. ABC, who normally carries the Pro Bowl, refused to carry it this year because American Idol's on that night. That's more important. In the fucking country that loves football more than anything, they can't even get primetime TV on ABC.
The Pro Bowl was a joke.
Why did they do that? Why did they take it out of Hawaii? I feel like that made the game.
I think that just made it more fun for players who wanted to go to Hawaii. That's it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It made it a game, though. It's like, hey, we're all going to Hawaii. We're going to have a great fucking week hanging out there. Then we're going to play a little football. We're going to try, but it's not going to be too crazy. And then we're going to get to go home. Like, it was like an event, and they ruined it.
It used to mean something, and now it doesn't.
Well, it never really meant anything because nothing came out of it for the AFC or the NFC.
Well, I understand that. Now, you know what would be cool is if somehow, some way, you could make that to where it's home field advantage for, the winning conference. So if the AFC
in the playoffs,
that would be like in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it'd be like 3 years down the road or something like that. So like that city gets the Super Bowl or something.
Exactly. Which you don't think about it's going to be that important until you realize, oh fuck, it's 3 years from now, 2-3 years from now.
Yeah.
Shit.
But the problem would be is you wouldn't be able to say you wouldn't be able to make it so that like let's say the Bills make the Super Bowl in 3 years. How would you get them to get home field advantage? But either way, that would be cool if somehow it meant something. But you'd have to take it to take it so far back now. That's the problem. Like, because they've gone and turned it into a joke. It's 7-on-7 football, dude. Like, honestly, what does making the Pro Bowl even mean?
Nothing.
Bowl meant it was a fucking game, dude. It was like the Super Bowl, the Pro Bowl, the bowl games, like
the New Year's Six bowl.
Not a 7-on-7 fucking flag football game. Yeah. Dude, you should hear the NFL's like way that they describe it. It's like hold on, let's see if I can find it. It was on the NFL's website today because I didn't even know what was even included in the Pro Bowl anymore. So I was like, I had to see what was on it. So when you go to the website, get ready for 2026 NFL Pro Bowl games powered by Verizon. Watch the league's biggest stars match up in the AFC versus NFC flag football showdown on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Explosive plays, blazing speed, and the league's top talent collide for an unforgettable night. Catch all the action on ESPN and Disney XD, streaming with NFL Plus. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Visit NFL.com for more terms. Are you kidding me, dude? Like, big plays. It's flag football, dude. Like, I would rather watch them like do skills contests all night.
I would like to just see a rookie showcase,
like rookies versus rookies.
Exactly, like
that would be
7-on-7. Like you find me the best 7 defensive and offensive players from both conferences, and you literally make a tournament out of it.
Well, I think that's where they screwed up, though. Right? It's football. Like, you're taking away football from the football game. Like, nobody wants to watch flag football. Otherwise, football would be fucking popular in all kinds of countries because they could all play flag football. The idea was you got to watch Brett Favre throw to Jerry Rice, or you got to watch Steve Young throw to Terrell Owens. Yeah.
And like we said over here, it's the same thing with the NBA All-Star game. It's like, I want to see LeBron and Curry play together.
Yeah, but that's another thing. They've done it the same thing, though. They took away the East versus the West in the All-Star game. It's so stupid, dude. Like, it was always awesome to like have like Jordan and Pippen would be there, and like Isaiah Thomas or whoever, and then they're going against the Lakers against Magic Johnson and like Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, the idea that there was East versus West in the NBA was exciting, and the games were a lot tighter. I looked it up today. Before 2000, the average scores were like 135 to like 126. Yeah, and then after that, it just went slowly to the point now it's at 200 points. It's basically just run down the court and fucking shoot and alley-oop to each other. It's a fucking debacle, dude.
The only cool thing that the NBA still has going for it is the dunk contest, but even then, it's like it's lost.
How many times can you watch a fucking dunk? Like, it's like, how many more dunks can you do?
The last good dunk contest that I remember was Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine.
I remember that dunk. LaVine was fucking awesome that year.
Crazy.
Yeah,
he's crazy. He did a windmill and he did a windmill and an East Bay.
Yeah,
at the free throw line.
I wonder what was even the winning. Here, I'll look it up. What was last year's winning dunk?
I could not even tell you.
Let's see here.
I miss it when Dwight Howard was in the dunk contest. Andre Iguodala, Jason Richardson, Gerald Green. Like, you're talking some fucking legends. Like Nate Robinson. He was really good in the dunk contest. He won it 3 times.
Let's see. No, it's top 10 dunks in NBA dunk contest. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely just all 50-point dunks in NFL. Oh, here we go. 2-point dunks from all of the.
No. 50-point scores.
Yeah,
perfect score.
Right.
But that's not going to say it's the winning dunk.
No, but who cares? Let's see the best dunks. All right, obviously everybody remembers Jordan. Yeah.
He wasn't even the first one to do that dunk.
Julius Erving was, yeah. That's crazy, dude. Even though he's 6, I mean, that was insane back then, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince Carter was sick.
Legendary.
Oh.
And Shaq. It's over.
Dude, the dunk contest was just so awesome back then, dude.
It just had swagger to it, dude.
It was like, it's almost like the athletes outgrew the dunk contest.
100%.
You know what I mean?
The athletes outgrew the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, now they all just shoot threes, though.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Aaron Gordon.
This is insane.
Oh. God, that is sick.
Crazy.
No, sorry for those watching. I just realized I'm not sharing the screen.
I don't want to get copywritten.
It's all right. Dude, insane. Oh, little Dominique.
Yeah,
oh, no, that was Spud Webb.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just insane.
He's like 5'3".
Look how little he is, bro.
I forgot. I think Spud Webb's 5'6".
Oh, Jason Richardson, that was pretty sick, too.
That was nuts.
Yeah. I mean, the dunk contest just had so much pizzazz. At least it made the NBA All-Star Weekend fucking fun. What'd you say?
5'7". Spud Webb is 5'7".
That's insane.
Honestly, you want to know what makes?
No, you got Julius Erving, dude. There it is. There's the first one to do it.
Yep.
Let's see if there's anything. No, that's enough.
No free ads. Absolutely no free ads on the show.
But yeah, I mean, the dunk contest was just awesome, and it just made for a lot more fun for All-Star Weekend. Now we're talking about, the difference for those tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord in the comments, dude. You guys could be on the show and have some conversations with us and spit your game. This isn't your regular talk show. You don't have to wait and hold. But this all comes up. I put the Pro Bowl down there this weekend because of the fact that Shedeur Sanders is on it.
Could you imagine if we started to get at least decently big and you go, caller, welcome in. Yeah, I think this Ed guy's a real fucking idiot. You just start calling him special fucking Ed.
Yeah, we don't have any. There's no editing when somebody comes in. Like, it's just live right to, hey, what's going on? You guys fucking suck. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, big fan, long-time hater. Fuck you two suck.
First-time Discorder. Wait, is that a thing? Can you be a Discorder? I don't know.
Yeah, you can absolutely be a Discorder.
Oh, man. But yeah, dude, when you talk about the fact that Shedeur Sanders, it's just embarrassing. And basically they go down the list, right? Hey, you want to be part of the Pro Bowl? And most quarterbacks are like, fuck no, I don't want to play enough goddamn 7-on-7 flag football. I take my kids there every fucking Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's just the truth, dude. It's just the season. And dude, we also have to realize, as long as the game has been going on, and we're talking just the Pro Bowl here, the season's got progressively longer.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow actually mentioned this perfectly a couple years ago. I'm not going to say podcast because no free ads. He mentioned that you should be pushing the NFL schedule up a couple weeks because then the game itself, you have some more time to sit in between your last game and the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl then will fall on President's Day weekend, in which then everybody has off work that next day.
Oh, I got what you're saying. Yeah, but how long are you going to have before? That's a long time to go without any games. You're talking about like a 4-week hiatus before the Super Bowl?
When is President's Day in February?
22nd, give or take.
Day in 2020.
Give or take. So
it's the 16th.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's early this year.
Yeah, but still.
Or is it always the 16th? I don't know how that
works. Pretty sure it's always the second week.
Either way.
But when's the Super Bowl this year?
It's next week, dude.
Is it?
No, it's week after next. So it's like the 11th. So I guess it's only an extra week.
It's February 8th. So it's 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week delay.
So but with that, you add an 18th game to the schedule. So there's 18 regular season games. There's 2 bye weeks, and you still have the ability to line it up to where everybody has off work.
But then you're dragging the NFL season out so long.
Brother, are we really going to complain about another NFL game?
No, but if I'm the players, I would be, dude.
Yeah, but that's why you have 2 bye weeks.
I get that, but dude, this isn't basketball. And I mean, look at that basketball injuries that pile up. And frankly, look how boring the fucking 82-game season is for NFL.
Don't even get me started on it.
Well, nobody can now. The season doesn't even start till now. I don't know why they don't just shrink it to 50 games and put like a mid-season tournament. That's actually a thing. I get that it's money, but I can't imagine the ratings are good watching this shit. And now as a fan, like you better fucking check the rosters and
in case somebody's sitting that you want.
Yeah, you want to go see LeBron when he comes to Cleveland this Friday. You better make sure that he's fucking active and he's not sitting on the bench for the game. Like, not that he would, but
the 2025 finals dropping to 10.2 million viewers. Well, the Christmas Day game in 2024 averaged 5.2. The NBA ratings for the 2025-2026 season started strong with early season games up 89% over the 24-25 season, the highest in 15 years, driven by new media partners. Let's see.
Yeah, if you want to watch a basketball game right now, I don't even know how many channels you'd have to subscribe to catch all the Cavs.
And that's another thing that really pisses me off. It's like you are absolutely screwing everybody over that cannot afford
15 different streaming services. It's insane.
Yeah, like either partner with one and make it a long-term contract, or don't partner with any of them and put it right back on TV.
Well, this is where, and baseball is going to see this, and I have this on the thing to talk a little bit tonight, but this is where you're going to start to see the problem with the fact that these salaries are jumping up so much. The only way to make up for it is ad revenue and TV revenue, and these teams are going to sign like, hey, you get 20 games a season, you got to pay X. You get 20 games a season, you got to pay X. And then, that allows them to pay their players a little bit more, especially in like the Cavs situation. They're in the top tier on the salary cap. I don't even know how much.
They're in the second apron. They're in like the
severe they're in the second one.
Yeah, they're in the severe, heavily taxed.
Yeah, so I think they get charged like 3 times their salary cap is what they
1.5.
Is it?
Something crazy like that. Which Dan Gilbert, I mean, he owns all of Detroit, so he'll pay no problem.
Well, you can fix half of it up.
But true. Very true.
But a lot of that stuff has ruined sports. And then as far as basketball too, I mean, that's another thing. It's always been a competition between basketball and football. And basketball's kind of always said, hey, Christmas Day is ours. You guys can have all the other weeks around that time of year. And
which is really the only meaningful time is like the Christmas Day game and the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch the conference series and stuff like that. Also, again, I'm a baseball guy. So you want to talk about how long I can withstand some boring ass entertainment?
I'd rather see 3-5-5 series in the NBA. I'd rather see 3. I mean, that's what baseball does. What is it? It's 3-5.
It's 3-5-7-7.
Oh, it is 3-5-7-7. Yeah,
something like that. It's like 3. I think it's a wild card series, your divisional, your championship, and then your Yeah, so 3-5-7-7 now.
But yeah, these all-star games, they become a joke. It's get back on topic here. To watch the basketball, like a 200-point game, and this LeBron is probably his last year. So he's gonna get MVP. They're gonna make sure he scores like 55 or 60 points. Dude, they did the same thing for Kobe, dude.
Yeah, Kobe scored 60.
Yeah, so that means they're gonna have to LeBron's gonna have to score 61. Or he's going to score 60 to tie. Nobody's ever going to want to break Kobe's record now.
LeBron knew he was going to go for 60 that night. You knew LeBron was going to go for 60 that night?
Which night?
Well, he told the media that, Kobe went out there, he was going to score 80. Have you never heard that story?
No.
So LeBron is notoriously known for lying about telling people that he said famous shit. So there was an interview.
Is he really?
Yeah, so they did they did an interview, this was way back, and this was when Kobe went for 81 points. And fucking LeBron is sitting there saying, I was watching Kobe warm up, and I could tell he was looking good. when he scored that first couple points, I said, oh, he's going for 40, for 50. Then I said, hey, you know what? He may be going for 70. Like, and he's called out on the bullshit that he talks about because he didn't tell anybody. Do you not ever see the DraftKings commercial where Kevin Hart is asking LeBron? I
feel like that just came out.
Music City Miracle. I told them they were going to do that, and Kevin Hart was going to go, you didn't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah, that's a new one.
That's where that came from.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
You need to look up like all the bullshit LeBron has ever talked about in his life and how much he lies. Like when he was reading Malcolm X's book, and the reporter asked him, "So what do you like about the book?" He goes, he's just a very, 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 very smart man." Which nobody's doubting that, but it just shows you didn't read anything.
Right?
You didn't fucking read anything.
Yeah.
Like.
Fucking LeBron. Either way,
I fucking hate LeBron as a Clevelander. I can't stand him.
What if they brought him back this year?
I would hate
How
that.
pissed would you be?
I wouldn't care because you know what? The NBA is the most irrelevant of the big four. I'll say this till the day I die. They either need to raise the basket or figure out making the court longer or making a 4-point line or something because you're exactly right. The NBA players have outgrown the arena that they're playing in.
Yeah.
They have outgrown it completely.
Isn't it crazy to say that? Because that really hasn't happened in any other sport. Like baseball, you could kind of say it, but that's more technology and strength. No, you could say it's changed. I mean, there's definitely not as
changed, but it's not. The players
they haven't outplayed it. Right. They haven't outgrown it.
Fastball coming at you is still 100 miles an hour, and it's still hard as fuck.
Right, and stealing second base is still just as hard as it was before. Right, so I agree. Like it hasn't outgrown it, but it's definitely changed. Right, there's more guys hitting home runs, there's things like that.
Evolved.
But it evolves back and forth. Like there's years that you have more 300 baseball hitters than you do, and then there's years you have more pitchers with ERAs under fucking 3, and so it changes consistently. The NBA has just gotten to the point where it's just like these guys are going to be taking half court shots in 5 years.
They already do.
Well, I mean, yeah, right. But now they're going to be doing it like part of their regular routine. Like they're going to be like, oh, from half court, he was 8 for 8 for the night. Like, and then nobody plays defense. It's embarrassing. It's kind of boring because everybody just comes down the court and fucking hacks it up. And then it's more about like, I wonder what the average threes taken per game in the 90s was versus now. Because right now, I feel like the Cavs take like 53
You
you
could look that up.
But it just makes the game so much more boring. And we were talking about it on the way when we were discussing the All-Star game and how big of a joke that's been. Like they scored 200 points, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the All-Star games back in the 90s were freaking iconic, dude.
So the NBA team averaged approximately 11.4 3-pointers in a game.
Wait, what is it?
11.4.
Was the average in when?
In 2020. This is in the 90s.
Okay.
In the 2020s, as of right now, NBA teams average approximately 34 to 35.
So they tripled it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, dude.
This marks a significant increase from previous decades. Yeah. Yeah. They've skyrocketed. They've 3x'd it.
Well, and at least, I mean, the nice thing about that too is here's the other thing. MLB's got it right. Their MLB All-Star game is still fucking fun to watch.
Oh, it's sweet.
You know,
it's a whole event.
You know, because you got pitchers that are only throwing. You got a starter that's throwing 1 inning. You know, Randy Johnson back in the day going out there to pitch 1 inning at his heart. Like, just it was like fun to watch.
Yeah,
you know,
you know what it was. It still meant something because it was still.
Well, it was tied to home field advantage. It was like, right.
I'm just going to show you right now in front of everybody why I'm the best pitcher.
Right.
Or why I can beat you because I'm the best hitter.
You're 100% right. So, all right, look, going back 2025. Well, now it's what the fuck? I didn't even watch last year's Shaq's OGs 41, Chuck's Global Stars 25. I don't even know what that was. Did they not play a full game anymore?
I guess they go United States versus International. I know they've tried to do that.
Well, 24 it was East versus West, 211 to 186. 23 it was Team Giannis versus Team LeBron.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
I know, but.
No, I don't
Team
think
Giannis
versus here give a shit either about the stupid ass NBA.
Well, it's just interesting to hear the teams: Team Giannis versus Team LeBron, Team LeBron versus Team Durant, Team LeBron versus Team Durant, Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. So that was when it was the high scoring or the highest votes. Scores: 163 to 160, 184, 175, 211 to 186. Now go back 20 years. 2003, 155 to 145 in double overtime. 2002, this is Kevin Garnett was the MVP. 2002, 135 to 120, 111 to 110, 137 to 127, 135 to 124. That was Jordan's last game. So ultimately, what I'm saying is, though, like you're right. One, it was always a fun game to watch because it was like your favorite player throwing to your other favorite player, even though they were on different teams. Now we have all-star teams playing in the NBA all over the place. Like, what team is LeBron on? And he's playing with Luka, and he's playing with whoever, right?
There's just too much action.
But I think it goes to what you said. Like, the players have outgrown the court, and the athletes are just so far superior to the court size. You're right. You probably should have to raise the rim 2 feet.
So let me tell you this. Here's my philosophy.
Yeah, that'd be something, a 12-foot rim.
That'd be crazy.
Fucking insane.
That'd be awesome.
11 at least. 12 might be a little
100%.
too insane.
Hear me out here. It's like so there was a study done where scientists gave rats sugar water. If you know what I'm talking about here, and
No.
like in order to respond to something properly, they had to hit this button, and as a reward, they got the sugar water. It just fried their dopamine out completely.
Yeah.
It's the same thing here with the NBA. The NBA game is so fast and filled with so much dopamine. Like this long three, this crazy dunk, it happens so much. You're fried.
Yeah.
Your dopamine enhancers are completely fried, and they're just like, it doesn't affect me anymore. It doesn't have that same feeling to it. Like back in the day, it was special to see Jordan line up a dunk and actually do what he had to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like those so special moments were so encapsulated in such smaller amounts.
Well,
now it's just spread out every game.
Well, when you watch, back then they talk about Jordan, like when he was shooting a fadeaway, it was literally like it was literally 2 inches over the guy's hand that he was playing defense against him, right? Because Jordan was 6'6", and the guy he was playing against was 6'6" as well. Now you're
7 feet,
7'4" coming out to guard a fucking point guard, and he's like 20 feet behind the line of scrimmage, and it's like just not even. It's like 20 feet behind the 3-point arc. It's just not even a close battle, right? It's not fun. So I think the NBA's just lost it. They definitely have to make something change, and I think part of it would just be shortening the fucking season. Like, I'm just tired of watching.
They're just not going to do it because of money, dude. They're not going to do it because of money, and that's the same thing as to why the MLB season won't do it. It's because it's all so tied into these gambling deals and all the stadium leagues. Like, there's so much money that's just tied into all of this shit that shortening it would make sense. And in the long run, it probably is the most cost-effective option for you. But it's just right now, you can't simply handle that sheer amount of loss that would come with it.
Well, back to our original discussion. I could do without the 7-on-7 fucking flag football game.
Exactly. So could I. I could do without a Pro Bowl completely. I would turn it into a fucking award show for all you want.
Yeah, dude.
Turn it into an award show.
All right, let's end it with a couple of things. Let's talk about the Paddy fight. We'll make it short because you didn't sound like you watched the entire fight.
I did not, no, but I did call it. I did tell you that Gaethje was going to do some special stuff. I think he
looked, honestly, he didn't really do. It wasn't special. He just threw haymakers.
He just handled his business.
He threw fucking haymakers, dude, and he landed a couple. I was disappointed in the fact that there was more than a dozen times where Paddy had landed a combo where he stunned Gaethje, and then didn't follow through. Like, could have taken him to the mat. Just didn't follow him because he was so afraid of that fucking hook, I think. Haymaker, more like it, from Gaethje, that he just never followed that like rush of punches in with like a takedown or anything to that nature. He didn't take anything to the floor, which I was completely shocked about.
You don't want to do that with a submission artist like Gaethje. You don't want to.
Gaethje didn't take it to the floor either. It wasn't like he was,
Gaethje is the submission artist, my friend.
Is he though?
Yes.
I always thought he was more like the fucking power hitter. Is the way that he was kind of fucking described.
I'm gonna read this to you here really quickly once I can get this freaking thing pulled up because my computer is so slow. Your internet is not doing me any justice today.
Well, that's because your computer's broke. I don't know what to tell you. My internet's working fine. We're streaming live to thousands of people all over the world.
Thousands of people.
Thousands of people want to hear what you have to say, Ed. So hurry up and spit it out.
I'm trying.
In the meantime, it was like watching Rocky Balboa get beat the fuck up for 4 rounds, though. Because other than the one round where Paddy looked really fucking
5
good.
rounds.
No, one round he looked really, really good. He landed like 40 or 50 punches to 20 by Gaethje. The other rounds, I mean, once he got split up, dude, he just walked around with a busted face for 3 rounds. I feel like it was not the fight that I was hoping for. I was hoping Paddy's going to win because he just got the fucking moxie. He's just fun to watch.
I'm gonna tell you now that I have this pulled up finally. I can find it.
Spit it out.
So don't even be like that to me. Don't even be like that. So Justin Gaethje in his last couple fights, Pimblett went to a decision. His second last fight, it's Ankalaev versus Perez. He fell to Rafael Fiziev. I can't say his last name to save my life. Decision. He lost to Holloway on a punch. He beat Poirier on a kick. He went again with Rafael on a decision. He lost to Oliveira in a naked chokehold, which, I mean, he is like that. Punch. Dude, he's got some punching power.
Yeah. None of these say submission.
I'm sorry. I read that wrong here. My bad.
Which part did you read wrong? That he was a submission artist or that fucking...
No, I'm reading his stuff right here. And I thought I was just showing just his wins, not just his punches. Or not just his fucking losses too. Jeez.
Wow.
I can't spit it out today.
Yeah, either way, dude. It was a great fight. It's fun to watch. Paddy looked awesome. As far as being able to take a punch, just could not land one that would do any damage. Gaethje took a fucking punch like it was nothing. It was literally like he was getting slapped across the face.
I think what you really need to get yourself up for is what's going to happen with him versus Ilia Topuria. Ilia.
Who's that, Gaethje?
Yes. So Gaethje now has this belt. And he's going to have to fight Ilia. And if you don't know Ilia is, they call him the Matador.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of him?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so he has been in the last couple fights. He is notorious for knocking out my favorite fighter, Charles Oliveira, beating Holloway, beating Alexander Volkanovski in this. The guy is an animal. But his biggest critique is that he's not faced anybody in his prime. So in his last 4 fights, he's faced Josh Bennett, who is 38, almost 40 years old. At that time, I think he was like 38 or something like that. Oliveira, who's old, who's over the hill. I hate to say it. And he's so fucking good. He's the greatest submission artist in UFC history. You have then Max Holloway, who's taken so many punches. He holds the record for like the most contact, like the most punches in a fight. And now you're going up against a guy in Justin Gaethje, who, not to say he's over the hill, but he's definitely on the, I don't even want to say wrong side. He's just not the guy that you want to see Ilia Topuria fight Justin Gaethje, but he's the last of like the great guys in his division.
Right.
I really don't even know how to spit it out and say it, because if you don't know, and watching Ilia come up, he's 17-0. He's a killer fighter. But again, his one knock is that he hasn't fought anybody yet.
Yeah.
And Justin has been around forever.
Yeah.
The dude fucking whoops ass.
So Paddy is rumored to possibly fight Arman, or is it Tarzukian?
Arman Sarukian.
Oh, is it Sarukian?
Yeah, he's a dog too.
Yeah, he was at one point ranked #1 lightweight. And then Dan Hooker is another one.
He's so old. Why?
Yeah, I don't
Hooker
know.
does not need to have this fight go on right now, to be honest with you.
Well, no, this is just rumors. Basically, it says the smart thing for Paddy to do would be to fight to get right back.
And again, Justin Gaethje, he's 37. He's fighting Ilia, who's almost a decade younger than him.
Yeah.
He's getting his ass kicked.
Oh, poor fucking Paddy.
Paddy will be fine. Dude, Paddy is 30 years old and is fine. He's 23-4.
Yeah.
In his professional career. He's fine.
No, I know he's fine. I'm not saying that. It's disappointing to see him lose. I get excited about the hype around the fucking fighters, dude. Like when I see a fighter, I like to fall in love with the fighter as far as like they're just the way they conduct themselves, and they're fun to watch and their entertainment level.
So do you like the entertainment? Do you like the mic skill more than the fight?
It's not even the mic skill. It's just like
the cadence.
You got to back it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like the guy who talks a little shit and then backs it up, and I like the fact that Paddy's like, fucking Scousers don't get fucking knocked out. It's like his thing.
Have you never seen Chael Sonnen highlights?
Yeah.
I love Chael.
Yeah, fucking fun to watch.
He's the man.
All right, let's end it on this. We talked about sports and money. Jose Ramirez signed his extension this week. Didn't see that coming at all.
Neither did I.
Awesome.
Great.
Gonna be first of all,
life.
The fucking Guardians spent $175 million, which I thought was
$70
impressive.
million of it is deferred.
Yeah.
So that's a 7-year 105, which drops his AAV down from 25 average annual value, drops it down from 25 to 15.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Dude, give it up for fucking
statue.
Jose Ramirez, dude. Build him a fucking stadium at this point, dude.
Mr.
Cleveland.
Jose Ramirez way.
Mr. Cleveland, dude. For him to do that. And here's the fight. Does it screw up the rest of baseball?
With what are you saying with the deferrals?
No, with the fact that he was willing to take such a pay cut and take such a what does that say for him versus the rest of players?
It just talks about his character. He's not money driven. I mean, and it makes kind of sense. Like, Cleveland's not very expensive to live in. I mean, it's
Right.
not a big city by any means, but he knows people love him. People know he wants to be here. And I think he just weighed that into more than anything. He's like, dude, I've already been paid. Like, if I have $200 million versus $300 million, it's not going to change my life.
Yeah, I think that
like he's already at that status where most athletes still continue to chase that high of that all that money. He's like, I'm already there.
Yeah.
Like, I have everything.
Yeah, family. I'm safe. I got generational wealth. I mean, I think that's the thing that goes untalked about when we discuss like athletes' salary. Like, kudos, dude. You get as much as you fucking can. You deserve it. You're fucking the team's bringing in fucking millions and millions of fucking dollars. But at some point in time, it gets to the point where, like, I mean, let's look at Pat Mahomes, dude. What do you think his next contract is going to be? You think it's going to be $1 billion football contract?
I don't even think he's going to get another football contract. I think he's signed up for life, dude.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he sounds like a 10-year deal.
Was that what his God, dude?
It was 10 years, $500 million.
That's right, but he got smoked. That should have been fucking 5 years, fucking, and then he could have backed it up. Yeah, but either way, and you're right. I think he did do a 10-year deal on it. I forgot about that. He signed that
like 5 years
ago. He's gonna hold out.
No, he's not.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, he didn't marry. He's not marrying Taylor Swift, dude. He's gonna have to hold out.
Who the fuck are you talking about? You said Patrick Mahomes, then you bring up Taylor Swift. We're not talking about Travis fucking Kelce.
I'm saying Pat Mahomes has got to get the fucking bag because he did it.
Has the bag.
Not enough.
$500 million fucking dollars.
No, the taxes. It's like $260.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not fully guaranteed. He probably only got $220.
Oh my god. Hold the fucking deal. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about right now. Don't even know what the fuck you're saying right now.
Dude. Total value $450 million.
Oh god. Okay, so he's only even $45 million.
Taxes, bro. You forget about taxes, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then let's get all of his other sponsorships that are going to be taken.
So for 2026, he's got a $45 million base contract with a $10 million guarantee or roster bonus. Approximately $140 million was initially guaranteed.
That's crazy. That's insane. So really, they're only on the hook for 10 years, 140.
Yeah.
But even still,
that's crazy. It was a 10-year, $450 million deal. I'm trying to look at this.
When was that signed? In 2020?
Yeah, 2020. So he's at 2026. I'm trying to look at this. So this year's cap hits $78 million.
That's crazy.
74, and then it drops back down. He's got a potential out in 2028. So he can out in 2028, and it only leaves $24 million in debt.
And he'll be what, 33?
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, that's insane.
But I just want to say that. I just want to say this. You're not. People don't really realize when they talk about with Jose. Okay. So outside of 1 year, from 2016 to right now, you have a decade's worth of material to work with him. He's finished every year as an MVP candidate. He's finished every year as an All-Star and a Silver Slugger. From 2020, I'm going to read this to you. Silver Slugger, MVP. That was a COVID season. They didn't have the All-Star. He probably would have made the All-Star game at that point. Next year, All-Star, MVP, top 6 finish. Next year, All-Star, MVP.
Wait, he won the MVP in 2020?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I was
finished. Sorry, he was second. He was second in MVP. MVP, 4th place, Silver Slugger. Next year, All-Star, top 10 MVP finish. Next year, All-Star, Silver Slugger, top 5 MVP finish. And this past season, at 32 years old, again, this is what I talked about with you with Mike Trout. This is the back half of your prime now. 3rd in MVP, All-Star, Silver Slugger, and just so happens to hit 30 home runs.
Yeah, so that's the thing about it. At 32, though, is he really in the back half yet in baseball? Because 32, I feel like, is when a lot of these guys are getting their big fucking paydays.
No, yeah, they are 100%. But no, he's done. This is coming into the closure of his tenure with it.
So this contract takes him out to 40 years old, though, doesn't it? Because it's an extension based off his other contract. It's
it's 7 years.
So they're just basically saying, like, hey, we're just going to give you an extra $150 million just to keep playing on the team. Yeah. Fucking gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
He's going to stay here forever, dude. I'm telling you right now, this is for me, the greatest baseball player for Cleveland I've personally ever seen. And I've watched CeCe, Lindor. No.
Well,
Jose's here.
Those are two guys you can't really count. Like, I mean, you're too young if you're even born yet, but the Kenny Lofton's probably the greatest Indian to ever play.
You also have Bob Feller too.
That's going back a little bit before
he did go to war though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 90s team, don't get me wrong, I wasn't born at that time, but that 90s team spent money. They knew how to play. Obviously, you had Tomey, the Alomar.
God, they were so much fun to watch too, man.
That was the greatest decade of them to never win a championship. And
That's probably those are probably like 3 of the 4 or 4 of the best baseball teams to ever field at the same time.
Don't even it
World Series.
Boils my blood to look back on this team and this history and just realize I'm like, oh my god,
should have won 4 World Series.
Should have won 4.
But that was a time when baseball was like that. I mean, you had Atlanta, who was a fucking dynasty. They were there every single year. You always had the Yankees to contend with, who were there every single year.
Belt, yeah, and we
so
belt ass. We could have.
Yeah, I mean, now that team today, rostering that type of roster, first of all, it probably outplayed the fucking Dodgers. Like, just think about it. At one point in time, the Indians had Ramirez, Albert Bell, and Kenny Lofton in the outfield. That would easily be like, I don't know, $175 to $200 million a year between those three. Yeah, on the infield, you had Matt Williams at one point, but you had Robbie and Sandy Alomar. You had freaking Jim Tomey. You had I'm trying to think who it was, Baerga. I mean, you just had some fucking dynamite.
Anybody, everybody on that team was amazing.
So much fun to watch them back then. That was a point. I remember there was a point. This is when there's the Jake. They had sold out like 6 consecutive seasons where every game was sold out.
Yeah, it's like 144 home games. It's something like that. It's like 144 home games.
It's crazy. But yeah, dude, congratulations to Jose Ramirez to being an ultimate Cleveland fan, dude. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but you know, anytime you hear somebody in Cleveland do something cool like that, where they're locking it down, like you said, they took a huge discount. They deferred fucking money, which I think is going to be the next thing in baseball, as you're going to have these teams start to defer money because the owners will be like, well, we've got that money coming up. Let's just go ahead and sell. Let's sell the team right now before we got to pay all that shit out.
Listen, there's no such thing as small market teams. There's only cheap owners.
Yeah, and
that's exactly the case. I don't think Dolan would put himself in that position if he thought he was going to be on the hook for all that $70 million.
Yeah.
So somebody else is coming in. Which, by the way, you do realize the 76ers owner owns us now too.
Yeah, he's like a
minority owner. Small. And as years go on, he gets a bigger and bigger cut of it.
Dan Gilbert, where you at? Dude, could you imagine Dan Gilbert owning the fucking? Oh man, dude, he would spend so much money.
I love it.
I love it. We would have definitely had Shohei.
It would have been nice.
You know, it's fucking funny because we talked about Shohei last time. We talked about him last time and how like him himself brings in so much money to the Dodgers, and obviously it's in LA. Yeah, makes an impact. But I remember that year that there was trade talk with the Guardians getting him before that contract. Do you remember that?
No,
like, yes, dude.
Not the case.
Promise you, you're gonna make it. You're a baseball fan. You should know this, dude.
Sorry, I remember something 3 years ago. Right?
Indians. Let's see. Indians trade rumors around show. God. Hey.
God, I'm gonna let you try to.
What's Ohtani. Before Dodgers. Let's see what based on the price search there. No.
Oh, there were no credible trade rumors linking Shohei to the Cleveland Indians out Guardians.
Really? I thought that. No. I swear that was. He was not on their list of clubs. No. I swear that was like rumor that was going on. Either way, would have been fucking sick. And here we go. It's clear that. Read it. All right. Well, hey, appreciate you joining again, Ed. Great
Always
night.
A pleasure.
For those that have watched, appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, join the fucking show, dude. On the Discord, links in the description. You can pop in live, spit your game, yell about your favorite team, and let's see real quick. Shall we see if there is a coach hired in Cleveland at 8:05 p.m. Da 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 da. Oh shit. Oh, geez. Nope. No head coach. Wait. I just saw something where the odds, like, it was showing the odds.
For Shieldhouse.
I didn't know. By the time I looked at it, it was already gone. Former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, during his intro press conference today on Baker Mayfield calling him out, said he can't wait to see him twice a year. I love rivalries. I would not get into specifics on those type of things other than to say I have a ton of respect for Baker as a player and a person.
What a crock of shit.
Blah, 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 blah,
All right,
blah.
well, Will, thank you for having me, sir.
You are welcome. As of right now, it does not appear that the Browns have a head coach. So tune in next week when we see what the hell is going on. And appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.
End stream.